We're going to talk about the XRP price rise and why is it happening and what could happen to other low-priced coins. So hi everyone, welcome to the channel. If you are new, please do subscribe, hit that bell button, like, and obviously comment. It's nice to have you. So, first things first, before we start, discount code. Link below, first line, will be Ledger. 40% off on a device. Now, I've got a Nano X, I've also got a Nano S, and another Nano S over there somewhere. Worth the weight in gold. Get your exchange coins safe, essentially, put them into cold storage. The next best thing, the most common question that I get right now is, who do you use for trading charts? TradingView. Black Friday, hello. Annual plans, get them. Now, I'm greedy and I bought 2 years. So 720 days left on mine. Long time, which is nice. So I bought 2 of those for 2 years because it's worth the weight in gold and I like premium because it's awesome. 60% off, crazy. The next best thing is obviously education. My company, 30% off. Birthday 2. Advanced courses now out. Bundle packs now out. 459 if you buy them individually, but you can get it for like 260 quid or whatever. It's ridiculous. So, yay. Let's start with the video.
Especially with the pandemic, you've seen the use of cash decline precipitously. Something like 40 to 70% of consumers no longer want to handle cash.
Are you bullish yet on the market? And I want to explain why XRP is vitally important. We talk about it because it gets the most eyeballs because of one thing. People go onto the Coinbase app, usually on the phone, and they go, ooh, Bitcoin, bit too expensive. Ethereum, ooh, bit lower. And then they go, 47 cents XRP? Ooh, I'm going to buy some of that without really understanding. So throughout this video, I'm going to explain why those numbers are so different with tokenomics. So I'm going to explain that. So stick around so you understand how coins work with pricing, why things are different and how that works. So stick around. But we're going to talk about XRP first because it's vitally important we get this message out. Yesterday's video, I explained why I dumped it and what I dumped it for. I made a lot of money on RSI, still have, versus what XRP would have done. And I'm going to explain why I chose that in more detail in a second with the example of what I've just said with tokenomics. So when we look at XRP, there's a few things that have obviously going to happen and have happened anyways. First things first, we've had a huge price rally. That's fine. But the increased sentiment of the market has enabled people to basically FOMO in and buy the cheapest alternative because some people just don't understand how the markets work. It's totally different to the stock market. So when we look at the fact of the daily spike here of addresses, it's more than likely because people have went onto Coinbase, went onto the likes of blockchain, Uphold, whatever, and gone, ooh, it's cheap, I want to buy that. My friends have just said, oh my God, look at this, it's really, really cheap. It's going to go to like $100 when realistically, probably not when you think of the grand scheme of things. But that's the thing that happens. There's obviously another thing as well. Ripple have been buying back the tokens as well, which is obviously going to drive up price. That's another key factor. And there's also potential debut service coming, which is obviously a pay string. Trademark registration intended to cover categories of electronic financial services, right? Loads of stuff happening in the XRP circle. But as I always say, one coin is not going to define the market fully. There's always going to be other movers, especially in the altcoin market. So don't just get clouded by one. Some things and most things always go with it. Look at the alternatives. XLM has mooned as well. Moving on to the next part of this as well, which is obviously hype, is the anticipation of the Flare airdrop. Okay, basically you hold XRP, you apply for this. All the details are in this article. Just put in Flare. Flare asks, airdrop, how do you get it? And you can get it. You basically unlock your ledger. You put your address in. You approve that it is you. And yeah, happy days. I will not be doing a video on how to do this, but there's plenty of others on there. But that is obviously good because what you get, if you hold, say, 1,000 XRP, you'll get 1,000, Flare tokens, essentially, 1 for 1. So yeah, free money. People are obviously going to buy that up. But let's talk about this. Why is this vitally important we understand tokenomics? So when you think about it, lower cap coins, the ones that are not as valued, will always pump because that is where the money flows into. It's where the multiples are. But A lot of the new people, a lot of the new investors will look at this and go, oh my God, look at XRP, it's like doing really well. That mentality of let's just buy when it's at the highest point. You know, a lot of people do that, and you ultimately have to buy the lows, not the highs. One thing to look at is the supply of the token. So when you click on XRP, we know that the circulating supply is 45 billion. Total supply, that maximum supply ever made. It's a depreciation asset, by the way, just to let you know, XRP, which is why I do like it. Because ultimately, whenever people use it, the more people that use it, the supply of the totalness, as in what's been used on fees, will get burnt away and it won't go in circulation. So eventually it'll start trickling down, giving it a bit of scarcity, but there's still a lot of tokens. This will never get to like Bitcoin levels. A lot of people say that. I've seen it on Facebook, I've seen it on Reddit as well. People who are brand new going, oh, XRP could go to like 10k. Well, very unlikely. Not impossible, but very, very unlikely, let's be honest. That's just certain things. Unless they really do change the token metrics and they burn a load of tokens and just totally revamp it all and change the way they do it. But that'll never... No, it's too much. So the reason why you need to look at certain coins is you've got to look at the market cap. Now, this is very, very wishy-washy. How do you work this out? It's basically the price times by circulating supply. So if you basically 18,850 times it by that number, it gives you this total overall valuation, okay? We all have this. This is why coin market cap is leveled in this way. People go, why isn't, Yearn Finance, for example, number one? Well, it's based off that. If you go and sort by price, it is. It's just one of those things. So you'll see all the other coins, but the way they're ranked, it's on token valuation. That is the main bit of how many tokens he is versus the price. Simple as that, really. So, as I say, lower cap coins will always become interesting. Let's talk about reserve rights, because they're very, very similar in some ways, right? If you look at the token supply, 45 billion, and if I just put in reserve rights here, RSR, you're going to notice a big difference. One, the price. The price is totally different, but you're going to notice here this. Circulating supply and total supply. According to what's on the internet and what's been said in AMAs, there's only going to be roughly 45 billion RSR in circulation. All the other ones are going to be locked away, burnt, etc., which is basically 55 billion, basically making it identical to XRP. So when you consider that and the fact that the price of, XRP, and it's currently at 30 billion market cap and it's only 224, that is the main reason why I've ultimately jumped in this. Also, fundamentals, I like the fact that Coinbase Ventures, essentially the whole investment side of it, have backed this. I like the fact that PayPal have backed this, the co-founder of PayPal, which obviously leads to that opening video with PayPal CEO. What's coming into the market recently? PayPal. So this is why I sold my XRP, even though, and I'm going to explain where I bought my XRP and why I was in profit anyways, and how I've made so much money on this since. I back this because it's got more multiples, it's got more chance of growth versus XRP. If this goes to 10 cents, it's the equivalent of XRP going beyond all-time highs in valuation. That's how the multiples form. Very, very important you understand that. So, just to recap, you look at the market cap, look at the supply. The bigger the supply, the less the price will be. But if you look at this, you'll see where the growth is. Basically, XRP could flip Ethereum if XRP is valued at roughly $2. It's just the way it is. You've got to remember that. So let's look at the chart. XRP chart, Moonville, basically, that's what we're going to call it. And I've always said this, if you go back into my videos, I talked about catalyst for bull markets, and I mentioned XRP as a catalyst. Why? It's a big company, Ripple Labs. It gets mentioned all the time when stuff happens on CNBC, Bloomberg, etc. Like with Bitcoin, the likes of Ethereum. As I always say, new people go, ooh, it's only cents, boys and girls. I can buy this, I can buy loads, I can buy millions of this and make millions, but it doesn't work like that. I've just explained it. So that's important. But when you look back in at time, the time levels, right, this has booms, and honestly mean this. This always has, bear with me. Oh, what is going wrong with this? There we go. Stupid. It has boom cycles. 123% rise in 21 days there. You've got this rise here as another example in literally, what, 1 week. Wick to wick, 14 days, boom, 210%. They have these cycles, and you've probably noticed the elephant over here. This bad boy, it has booms. And what have we got here? We've got this. So it's history of this spike. But as I say, the rest of the market goes with it. Why? Look at the dominance chart right now. It's looking really good. In my opinion, this is still looking quite good. Even though it's dumped and pulled back, looking at the daily time frame, this has had a monumental crash, been huge. It's gone down to here, it's going to pull back up into this level, probably continue going down. Hopefully, alt season will commence. And that's what I mean. Not everything just goes one way. It'll retrace, it'll correct, but all the altcoins tend to move together. When I look at my likes of the RSR, for example, it's up 8% today. This has been a monumental rise. I was patient with this. I was waiting for the retracement. I got in and around where these levels are, where it was getting really low, around where these are, looking left and thinking, wow, there's an area there, I want to go for it. Key level here. This is a key psychological level at the start of the move. Really, really important. But when you look at this and you think, well, where's it been? This is already up 252% from that point, low to high. Savage. I got in not too far away from this bottom where this crossover is. A great little buy. But, so the people that do come and say, well, why did you sell? Well, that was a reason why. I think the multiples are much bigger in this. All-time high for this bad boy is here. Very, very close. Price discovery mode will be happening soon, especially when it gets rolled out, if you do your research and you understand how it works. So, hopefully, you enjoy this video and I've taught you something a bit different about token metrics, but in my opinion, XRP, great asset. Okay, great asset. It's fast, it's easy to use, it's very, very fluid, especially if you're moving money around. I use it all the time for moving money around. But that being said, there's always going to be other alternatives out there to make good money. If you're looking at this and you're buying at like stupid levels and you're not thinking about where it's been for a long time, well, you got to kind of like give yourself a little bit of a shake and think, well, actually, wait for the retracement, wait to see what happens over the next few days, because it could just come down. But there is hype around the whole market. And as I said, that video talking to the CEO of PayPal is vitally important.